All right.
Wait a minute.
4, 3, 2, 1, go. What's going on, beautiful people? Willie and their FearlessMasterm here, aka the only, aka Mr. Get to the Bag, and I'd like to welcome everybody to the 6th episode of the Cursed Speech Podcast. We are the Outspoken Gamers, and today we're here to give y'all another fix on episode 6. If you're watching the video version of the show at youtube.com/cursed speech, I just wanted to enlighten you that this is also available on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon, and all the other major podcast platforms. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars. It gives us a little boost in the algorithm, and you know we need the new potential listeners. With all that out the way, let me introduce y'all to my co-hosts. The first of which, again, our resident VTuber, Jraidens7. Go ahead and say some words to the people.
What's good? I'm eating cookies today. I ate some Chipped Ahoy. I usually eat these with milk. With these plain right now, kinda hidden.
He raw dogging the cookies, and that's crazy.
My
second co-host, the man, the myth, the dictionary, Tywilly99. We so glad to have you back. Go ahead.
I'm glad to be back this time, recording at the proper time, so I can actually be here. Excited to be here and not gone.
I messed up. Anyway, last and absolutely least, Court, go ahead and say something to the people.
What the hell? Anyway, NBA playoffs happening. Stop rooting for the Kings. If you ain't rooting for the Kings, you a peasant for real.
All right, with the intro out the way. How y'all doing today, fellas? How we feeling? How we feeling about today's podcast?
If I tell you how I'm feeling good. You know,
I face down this morning.
Wait, what?
I woke up and my face was in my mattress, like.
Can you
just
breathe?
Face down. Apparently.
Cause I feel like I
wasn't dead.
I've done that before. Like, fell asleep face down, but I had a dream. And in that dream, they put their hand over my nose. And then I couldn't breathe. And then I woke up and my face was in the pillow.
I have never had something like that. And you having a dream about it, you almost died. I'm pretty sure you almost died.
Yeah, I bet on
breathe.
Imagine needing your airways to be clear to breathe. Couldn't be me.
That's kind of crazy.
Breathe through his neck.
Also, I find it crazy that, like, Court, what you were just saying, how your body know you ain't breathing. So it's not for it saying, how about we wake up and breathe? It's saying, you know what, let's just make this shit real and like just make you think that you're supposed to not be breathing.
Let's make it seem like he got a legit reason to not breathe.
Yeah, like let's just make this make sense.
Let's make him feel like it's out of his hands.
No, that is kind of crazy.
Somebody just put their hand over his face and just won't let him breathe.
I hate that about the body.
The body is an interesting thing, and I'm actually amazed that it will set your ass up like that. So we talk about anime sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. And this is kind of an anime podcast. So what we gonna do is we're gonna talk about Demon Slayer season 3. Now look, I know y'all ain't been watching it, but I have. That shit gas.
I watched the first episode. It looked pretty. It's always
that hour-long episode, bro. Season 3 kind of gas, bro. I'm hyped. Like,
hey, hot take. Anime that look that good is ruining the anime industry.
Why you say that?
I disagree.
What do you mean by that?
That is kind of a hate take.
No, you're gonna need to explain that thing.
No, cause look. So you got the new people, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming in. Everybody watching Demon Slayer, bro. But then you got stuff, that may not look as good.
The Code Super spinoff.
But it's still good. And they're like, what the hell is this? What are the colors? Huh? Well, for that flashy movement. They say that studio don't do that. I'm not watching it. They said it's a good story. Do I look like I give a damn?
Nah, that is a piping hot take because you absolutely wrong.
Is this something that actually happened? Like, have you seen people complain about other shows not looking as good as Demon Slayer? Like, often?
I've seen it before. I've seen it.
Like how many fingers? Like 1, 2?
Nah, it was definitely double digits.
Double digits is kind of crazy.
But nah, it's like
Was it on Twitter?
But
Because
that's-
Twitter not real.
Yeah. You gotta square that. I mean, not square.
maybe
cube
it
that.
wasn't real because it was on Twitter.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
the square root. My bad. I said the wrong thing 3 times.
'Cause I saw they was cooking. I forget what it was. They was cooking something.
Man, it was cooking
like, bro,
Dragon
it
Ball
ain't
earlier,
bad.
bro.
That it ain't bad.
Dragon Ball slander was all over my timeline.
Don't look like Demon Slayer. Don't look like Jujutsu
Dude,
Kaisen. It don't look like
no.
Chainsaw Man. I said, damn.
To
As
counter
long as
that, I feel because yes, Demon Slayer looks beautiful, animation wonderful, colors all over goddamn place. Does it make sense? Not all the time, but I feel that a anime with a really good story, like a good pacing, good plot, good characters, will outshine animation 10 times out of anything. It will outshine it no matter what. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I feel that Demon Slayer looked beautiful, looked good. Said that again, but story mid as fuck. You can't lie. It's about a guy who had breathing problems. That's it. He just breathed. He like, oh, now I breathe water. Oh, now I breathe fire. That's it. That's really all. And, you know, there's a fucking demon shit happening. That's really the whole entire story. Crazy stuff. You got like Full Metal Alchemist, Steins Gate, Penguin Drum. That was a base. If you know what Penguin Drum is,
I know. You definitely a weirdo. But
Yeah, I
go
don't know
ahead.
what that is.
Penguin Drum is good. But like, I feel that characters and story will outshine animation no matter what. And if the person will not watch a show because it don't look good, they're stupid. Because like that's just like that's just like
spicy.
Gotta cook 'em.
that's just like saying, oh, I won't play older games because they look bad.
I sure
Like,
won't do
yes,
that.
we can all agree that it look bad.
May I interject?
Yeah.
Record of Ragnarok looks terrible, and it ruins the experience. Like the manga has better animation than the show,
Oh,
and that's not an exaggeration. Like if you had the manga and you flip through it, it would flow better than the anime does.
God damn.
And the characters in it, you know, it's not super story oriented, but you know, the characters are strong. The lore is interesting. But the anime is a literal slideshow more so than the manga. So, if it looks bad enough,
I feel that is a special case. You know what? Because Netflix touched it. If Netflix didn't
don't
touch
forget
it,
about Way of the House Husband.
Way of the House
Same thing
Husband.
with that.
Yeah, they killed that
Well,
one.
that show's funny, so I kind of didn't care.
I did. They
But I
kind of
also
ruined it
don't
for
read
me.
it. If I read it, I probably wouldn't hold that on.
'Cause it flows like
mindset.
it's just, I don't know, man. That was just a bad choice. I was not messing with how they did with the House Husband, bro. I thought I was gonna actually get like a proper animation. Not to say that it like it wouldn't. It was just a different style, but it didn't do the story justice. Honestly.
I know they stopped calling it an anime and started calling it like I forgot the exact term, like a visual slideshow, something like
Yeah,
that.
they had to, bro, cause was dogging it, running it through the
visual
mud.
Slideshow.
They officially
I don't know
called it
how.
that.
I don't know what they. I'm gonna look it up. But I know they stopped calling it an animation.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
That's
Because
crazy.
it was almost a lie to call it that.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, but aside from those specific cases, though, I for the most part agree. Like animation can bring you in, like very good animation can bring you into something, but you're not gonna like keep watching just because it looks good. Like I'll say Demon Slayer's story is like average. I wouldn't say it's like anywhere leaning toward negative, because I mean people wouldn't watch it if like the characters were boring.
Yeah.
But, like power system was boring, which it's fine, it's nothing special. And like, you know, just like the situations, like the plot and all that, if it was like really bad, then people wouldn't watch it. They'd be like, wow, this looks great, and then they click, turn off their TV. But
like I feel with
yeah.
Demon Slayer, like I hear a lot of people call it, it's very safe.
Yeah,
like nothing
it
too
is.
crazy happens.
It's quintessential shonen. There's nothing quite wrong with it, but it doesn't break any new ground.
Nah, it breaks ground in the animation, my boy.
Yeah.
Man, it's beautiful, bro. Can't hate.
Now, here's my hot take. It's not really that hot. People are starting to, you know, it looks nice, but the super flashy stuff, people are going crazy about that. It ain't all that to me.
Oh
man,
I like when animation is visible. I don't know. Maybe that was too spicy for the podcast.
What you mean
by
by
just like how
visible?
It's a thing that people have been saying where they put like a bunch of effects over stuff. Like obviously during the finale of season 2, there were a bunch of like flashing lights and stuff, and like sparks coming everywhere. Whereas like, you know, obviously, oh gosh. Obviously they did that to sort of like give off the, I don't know, just give off like this bombastic vibe, but it's also like, I don't know, it doesn't really look that great, I guess. Like the first time you see it, it's like, this is really cool looking, you know, this is crazy. But then like, say you wanted to go back and watch it and like pick apart like some like minute details, you'd be like, man, all these sparks, all this flashing is going on. I can't really see like specifics. I don't know.
That
it just lacks like the sort of thing where like people would go back and like really be like, did you catch this little detail here or something? Like the stuff that they do for like the Dragon Ball movies, specifically like Broly, how you can like go in and like watch is like something that happens really fast that you wouldn't notice, but it's like a super like detailed, like just like someone blocking an attack that was like so quick you wouldn't notice it. That's not something you can really do with that fight in Demon Slayer, because it's like there's just like big like flashes when there's impacts and stuff like that.
I do not agree, because I watched that shit. I think when that episode first aired, I watched that one fight scene. I think it's in the double digits. I was like 20 times maybe, and I was rock hard every single time. It was beautiful. It was nice. I loved it. Now maybe, you know, I might just be colors flashy. Yes, serotonin. But
nah, this shit was gas.
But I get what you're saying though. That it is just like, except for, you know, like actually it being like swordplay, technical, all that shit. It's just shit happening.
People swinging and missing, effects happening, big explosions, sparks. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but nah.
My point is that it's not like it's well animated. I'm obviously not saying that it's poorly animated, but to say it's like the pinnacle of animation, or like it looks crazy, but like I said, I still hold firm that like it's not. It's well animated. It's not the pinnacle of animation. I've seen things that I would consider better animated just because of, like I said, the bombastic nature of it. And there's nothing wrong with liking it, obviously. There's nothing wrong with liking anything. But I'm just saying, from my point of view, because I watched it and I was like, yeah, that was crazy. But I have noticed when people would point out the things that I was just talking about, I was like, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Like, obviously a great deal of people like it. Definitely in the minority, but I do feel like that's something that people don't really talk about. So
yeah, I figured exactly I'm animating this podcast. Not animate this podcast. Name this podcast, bro.
In terms of
is Demon Slayer ruining the community?
that's a clickbait ass title.
Goddamn right.
But no, in terms of animation, I always liked the fluent hand-to-hand kind of grounded fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been me. Like when the motherfuckers just start throwing hands, fluent animation, kind of like that. Y'all seen the animation with the dude with the hat fighting the 3 dudes in the park?
Oh yeah, from that Chinese anime.
Yeah. I've always like stuff like that. I always really like stuff like that.
Now,
Just a fluent hand-to-hand fight.
something that's kind of like in between where Demon Slayer and that fight is. Surprisingly, I don't like saying this because I feel like it's kind of Naruto, Sasuke versus Momoshiki.
Yeah, I love that fight because they are like kind of just fight them heads up.
That fight, yeah, like Raiden said, that's like the perfect middle ground where it's like super flashy. There's like a lot of bombastic stuff happening, but there are things that you can like pick apart with that one. Like when it first came out, like all the references and stuff that people were, well, they weren't like hidden, but it was still like, it was just cool to see people like picking it apart and being like, oh yeah, this is a reference to this sequence from this episode of the original, and it was just nice to see.
You know what makes me sad? Because the animes that I grew up on, Afro Samurai, wasn't very traumatizing, but Dragon Ball Z, when Android Saga happened, that was a good ass fight. Goku versus Cell, that was a good ass fight. Then Dragon Ball Super happened, and it was terrible. It just went back.
Whoa, hold on.
Now, movies is a different thing. But like, have you seen? And tell me if I'm wrong. Have you seen some of the fights in the Tournament of Power minus Jiren? It's just them running up and just slapping each other. They're going in a linear line the whole entire fight. Like when Jiren happened, okay, shit started going back and forth. But like super specifically, it is just them. Oh, I'm mad. Now I start running and punching, and they go and start blocking for like maybe a minute or two, and then oh no, a weave, and then they're the one going forward now. That it legit.
It's like tug of war, but
so many fucking times with Super. It's just like, bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I see where you coming from, right? I see where you coming from.
Now,
but you can't say that's not gas.
What you mean?
You can't say that hit
like
fight was not.
Okay, the hit fight.
It's
I will
not
say
gas the whole way through.
Like when Goku and Kaioken, that shit was gas. Now I stood up my chair. Oh yeah, this is hey. But then when they just keep going forward and just keep slapping them for the same 3 frames.
It's like we moving in one direction while it's like a bunch of lines.
Like,
In the punch lands.
What are we doing here?
Nah, I got you. But these are martial artists, bro. They not always gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's not always gonna be like the craziest shit ever.
Now, to think about Dragon Ball Broly. How those fights happen. Well, the whole entire movie was just them fighting Broly. When they were fighting Broly, they were going back and forth, dodging, weaving, throwing blasts, going. The Gogeta happened, then Broly got one.
It had fight choreography
versus them just swinging at each other.
Like instead of the rapid strikes, the lines, the battle cry just repeated over and over. They're like throwing different punches and like doing like different blocks and like kicks and like doing different maneuvers. You can see Broly adapting like with his fighting style. Like if you really go through and look at it, like you can actually see exactly how the fight's happening rather than like basically them hitting the fast forward button into someone losing.
I get where y'all coming from, right? Like,
I'm not saying all of Super looks bad, but
no, it's definitely got.
He is spitting with that major criticism. It has very, very poor has a lot of bad.
Like it was kind of that way all the way up until Tournament of Power, and when Goku went Ultra Instinct. After that, then they started getting their bag. But before, like with the oh my god,
that scene right there that we showed before, he said, "Hey, look at your dad." Like if you go back a little bit, like hold on, pop it forward.
What part are you talking about? You talking about like this one?
Hold on.
Rolling yuck.
Like right here. That's super. That's the show.
Oh, you talking about this?
Like that.
That's Dragon Ball though.
It was the same.
Like
this,
that's been Dragon Ball. Hold on.
Because that is Dragon Ball, but it's so overused in Super.
He's like that's
and you could probably make like a lot of criticisms of original Dragon Ball, or you know DBZ. But I mean, for like so many years to pass, for them to do the same thing in Super is like,
it was,
especially like in a newer style. Like, nah. Also, this is Dragon Ball Z Kai, so we're probably gonna.
Wow.
Nah, this has been a minute. I'm looking. All right, the boo fight was gas. Hold on.
Like we can all agree that base Dragon Ball Z, not Kai, regular Dragon Ball Z, fights were slow as fuck. Like it would be like a
multiple episode thing. I'm just saying, in Super they sped it up.
Bruh, it's Super, bro. They did it in 3 frames. It doesn't keep using the same 3 frames.
Hey man, this Cell fight was reusing some assets too.
Now, when they start going back and forth,
yeah, that's just Toei. That's just Toei laziness. They do this in dang near everything.
like
look at like large stretches of One Piece. They do the same thing with that. It's not as egregious, or maybe it is.
Hey, in the recent ones, this has been kind of egregious, bro. I just see Sanji do the same move twice. Not only the same move, but the same animation, word for word, bar for bar. I was like, I don't know.
Also, the literal sound effects lifted, I swear, directly from this series, imported into One Piece. Like they just get lazy with it. It's not even. I wouldn't even say it's a major fault of. Well, I guess it's a fault of the anime if the studios are the ones. Yeah, I don't know.
I do find that a little crazy that One Piece still uses the old sound effects that it used.
Never changed them.
Never changed them.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, you right. Now it just sounds better.
You literally hear it from a completely different show. Unrelated.
Hey, cause we were just talking about the sparks and all that stuff with Tyrone was talking about Demon Slayer. It kind of reminded me how people have been complaining as of recently with One Piece and how everybody got auras now.
What you mean?
Like
yeah.
people is not like a lot, like not everybody, but I've seen a lot of complaints about people talking about One Piece and how people like Zoro with the purple aura. And then Sanji with the whatever the heck he got. And people is really like pressed about that.
I don't know, watch One Piece and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of, what happened? Is they going Super Saiyan now? Like hockey?
Look up Zoro.
I know what you're talking about.
He fought that one dude in the snow. I forget what his name was. But
Killer.
Yeah, I think
fake One Piece fan.
No, that wasn't Killer.
Yes, it was. That's Killer.
That ain't Killer. That's Killer?
That's Killer. Fake One Piece fan. Anyway.
Ain't Killer to do with the basketball?
Yes, that's Killer.
Fucking space.
Oh, wait, that is Wano fit?
This is Wano fit.
Nah, well, I ain't know that.
Fake One Piece fan.
But he like a totally different character, bro.
I bet.
I'm a One Piece fan.
And I ain't here.
The first thing he said was Killer.
Can't believe it.
Man. You fake. But anyway, yeah, that aura that people that they putting on one like that.
Yep. There it is.
People is really pressed about the auras, bro. Which I find it quite cool.
I'm pressed about this. I'm pressed about the cubes, bro. I've
What's wrong?
never
Yeah,
been a fan of the big ass cubes, bro. It's
Are you
stupid.
wait? Are you serious?
I'm
No, he
very
doesn't.
serious,
He
bro. I
talks about
do
it all
not
the time.
like
He
the
hates
cubes, bro. It's unnecessary. Like, why?
that's-
Why we got
no,
rectangles floating
no,
around the
no,
battlefield,
no,
bro?
This man
no,
hate
no,
one
no,
animator
no,
in particular.
That is very.
I know that's his staple, bro. I know that's his thing, but like, come on, dog.
No. This is that you.
The
That's
cubes
like
is not gas,
an
bro.
important thing for that level of animation, though.
The big
Like
ass cubes in
Sakuga?
the back.
Yes, to like simplify things, that's like important.
I'm not
For
saying.
like that, like just because obviously, well, I don't know about obviously,
Like
but
this
when you
shit is
simplify
gas, bro.
things-
Like just the regular fighting we got going on, and then once you get to like the special moves and cubes just start flying out, like the most egregious one I've seen was the fucking the My Hero one.
Yeah.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Yeah, that I will say that was ooh. that was a
Are you
lot.
talking about from the third movie?
What was the name of that movie?
World Heroes Mission. Just
Like-
Deku versus Flick turn.
As a man who like cubes, I like. But as a man who hate cubes,
Yep.
that's
Yeah,
that's
I never had a problem with the cube.
bro, the like
I'm a
there's
cute
an
reporter.
important animation reason
go ahead
that
and skip
they
to the
do
end, big
that.
dog.
It's not like a style thing. Like they do that.
Like the video.
Yeah,
What the cube?
No,
at?
not the very end. Not the very end. Like, go a little bit forward. Yeah, probably like right here.
Nah, man, I ain't never been a fan of the cubes, bro. The animation is gas. But these cubes be pissing me off.
you gotta understand it's a part of a technique that lets them like animate like this. Like I don't. It's not like for
No,
nothing.
look,
Because you
look,
wouldn't
look.
see it so often.
yeah.
Cause like I'm fine how like the ceiling was a big ass cube, whatever. It's just when they break away and they just fucking floating around, bro. I'm not a fan. We can see the scale of the fight just off the size of the arena or the room or like the plane that they fighting on. You don't need the big ass cubes in the back. It just feels unnecessary.
You actually do.
The big
it's-
ass explosive like
Yeah.
cubes, bro.
Like, hold on, like let it
it's-
keep going because
it's
I know what
important.
Caleb talking about at least in this movie.
Like
Yeah,
gas,
but bro, I've
gas,
seen
that's
it all
fine.
the time.
Cool. Like I get a good sense of how the fight is without these big ass cubes being everywhere.
The one I think about is the one in my Mob Psycho.
The Mob Psycho shit is egregious too.
There was cubes in Mob Psycho.
Yes.
Yeah, when he put old through a building.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, bro. Are they gonna play it? Are they gonna show it?
So, do you dislike the cubes because you feel like they look bad?
Yes. I feel like it.
Yeah.
There
ruined
you go.
Like this is fine. No, this is fine. It's the big ass blocks, bro.
Mob
Psycho one, I think.
Yeah, the Mob Psycho
I would
level.
literally have to get like an expert animator to explain it because I know it's a thing and why they do it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But to say that it makes like things worse, like that's
It's the second one.
purely personal
This one?
preference.
Yeah, here it is. Where he gets put through the fucking wall.
God, I forgot.
I never
No,
forgot.
Mob got
He was
Mob got
fucking him
boxed out.
up.
He got boxed out. This should be like, nah, go right, like right here. I think.
Maybe.
That definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, coming with me, buddy. Nah, he should have died, bro.
Absolutely. All right, so building explosive. This,
Yeah.
hate it. I hate it, bro.
Bro, I like it. I like the cube. Look at him, well, 4 sides. Look
No,
at him.
bruh,
4
'cause, like,
corners, 90 degrees.
If I'm slamming somebody through the floor and it's an explosion, I would have took a dust cloud or like like little
Then you can't see
shrapnels
anything.
or whatever.
Yeah, you won't be able to see
I
anything.
can't see shit now, except the
Yes,
cubes.
you can. I mean, you're looking at a still image in an anime. You're not gonna
Like,
get that much
So
in every frame.
look, couple frames, you see
Like,
it
if
lines
that
up,
was-
and then it explodes. Like you could have threw something else here, bro.
Now, if that was just
Bro,
dust, it wouldn't have
like,
looked
the-
like hold on.
Gas,
Like, if this was just dust, it wouldn't have
cool.
looked as good.
No. Because look,
Do you so
this is
would
like
you
the
rather
major
them-
impact. Nah, bro, I'm not fucking.
Would
with
you
cubes,
rather
bro.
them draw the entire environment getting destroyed instead? Because that would take way longer.
They don't
and it
need to
would
draw the
probably
entire
look-
environments, but like the entire environment. But these fucking cubes piss me off, bro.
Literally,
there's
why.
nothing else
It's entirely like that's just personal. That doesn't
There's nothing.
that
else
doesn't
they could
affect
do.
the quality of the animation at
No.
all.
It's
Literally just don't
100% a
like it.
personal thing, and I hate it. I just want y'all to know I hate it.
Put
I
this on
just
the
need
record.
you to know that
Man,
it's
hate
not
cubes.
a inherently
like
bad
four
thing.
sides.
Because the way that you feel definitely is making it sound that way, but I assure you it's not.
I'm not saying when I see the cubes it ruins the entire fight, which is whenever I see the cubes I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm glad you said that, because the way you were talking, I wouldn't have known.
Nah, it doesn't
throw the
ruin
whole fight
It doesn't
away.
take
There's
away
cubes
from
in
on
it.
me. It doesn't take away from the like entire fight. It's just like, okay, beautiful, and then like everything's cool. We get to the major impact point, right? You get slammed into the ground, hype, cubes. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it goes back to normal.
You just a hater for
I'm just like,
You just hate cubes.
This
guy like pyramids.
Not pyramids.
Not even like
dude.
pyramids. Now,
Well, I'm
what if they
saying-
Now, if they was triangles, then I could rock with nah.
All I'm saying
Nah.
is when you see stick figure animation, you be wondering, why does this look so good? It's because it's so simple. You can animate more efficiently with simpler shapes. That's why you see the cubes. I'm just saying.
I just think it's that one animator, bro. Not
I
animator,
think
my
you're
bad.
wrong.
ain't he considered one of the greats?
Yes.
He is. No, his work is gas. It's just these cubes be
Bro,
pissing me
like,
off.
none of the fights that you've shown that have said cubes look bad in the slightest. Cubes included.
Nah,
That's just-
cubes ruined it. Not the whole fight. but it
Okay,
ruined
so
that moment.
I was about to say, you literally just went back on what we just got out of you, saying that it didn't ruin the whole thing.
Nah, I don't ruin the whole thing, but it's like, cubes. And then I keep going.
Cubes.
I hate this guy.
It just feels out of
it's
place.
Fine. It's fine, because they're going to start using CGI backgrounds, and it's going to look actually...
I ain't gonna hold you. The
no.
CGI backgrounds is gas. I don't care what nobody say. Chainsaw Man had CGI and that shit was fine.
It was not just the backgrounds, though. I don't have any problem with CGI, but I don't know. People start complaining like, "Oh, these cubes look awful." They're like, okay, we're just gonna plug it into a computer and do it that way.
I'll be fine with
We're
that.
gonna
Demon
have
Slayer
less and
uses
less
CGI
hand-drawn
backgrounds.
animation.
They
I
use the
feel-
animated characters over the CGI backgrounds, and they use the 3D models of the characters for some shots too.
The
It's a
only
nice little
time
mix.
I hate CGI, and I'm glad you're playing like what we're looking at right now. It is when Attack on Titan did it, because no, they
It
don't
was
look
bad.
They don't look too bad. They're pretty on
It was
par.
passable,
Titan?
bro.
But
It wasn't that bad.
the thing
Me at all.
the thing I hate about it though is that how good the drawn Titans were, and they kept it consistent for 2 seasons. And then the last season, they just say, you know what, fuck it, CGI. It's like, come on, I could have missed those ones.
It was a different studio. It was Show
Yeah.
Flop Studios in season 4, so...
Like it's
And like the times where they actually like draw the Titans, they look so good.
man. I never forget this. I was like, I could have kept that one. Yeah, I could have kept that whole sequence. Yeah, I could have kept that whole sequence. Spoilers for Attack on Titan, by the way.
Even with all this, I don't know what's happening.
Same here. Also, I have not caught up on Attack on Titan. I
Unnecessary.
have completely agreed with myself that I will just know Attack on Titan by osmosis.
Everybody
I
here
have
seen
too many
Chainsaw Man?
spoilers.
Yeah.
I've read it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got some hardcore Andes around here.
I've just accepted that some series I'm just not going to get a chance to watch because I'm going to get spoiled. The Scorching.
Yeah, the Genshin anime coming out too. I forgot about that.
Are you votable?
Yeah, Ufotable be doing crazy work.
No, they definitely do.
Demons ain't ruining
I always say they use of lighting and shadows is fucking crazy.
Nah, it's definitely top tier.
Aye.
Also, in a world like Genshin just by itself is a beautiful game. But going back and seeing the icon, man, this shit feel like
when y'all start
cyberpunk.
guessing the kitchen, hey, what the
Hey,
hell's that?
whoa, who is y'all? First of
Yeah,
all,
I
what?
definitely
Whoa, wait,
don't
why turn it up?
condone any
Why,
of
why,
this.
whoa,
Man, fuck Genshin, bro.
See, I was getting you prepared for those two. I was getting you prepared for those two.
Genshin could become the greatest game ever made. I still hate on it.
God damn.
Without fail. The only thing that's good about that game is how nice the characters look sometimes.
Genshin was revolutionary, bro.
And
I
it's a
give
coin
this
flip
flowers.
whether or not they're children, so that's not even a plus side for real, for real.
Man.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna attribute this to Genshin, bro. Genshin helped push the needle on cross progression.
Did it?
No?
I feel like
Nah.
it did. People being able to go from like their phone to their PC to their console,
Now,
all having the
Did
same save.
Fortnite not literally already do that?
Did that?
Now,
Sure it did.
now it does. Back then, like there's still some limitations. Like I can't buy the battle pass on my PC. I have, since my account started on PlayStation, I have to go to my PlayStation every single time in order to buy the battle pass. And with how it was before, there was none. They said, hey, guess what? You're gonna tough it out. My bad. Actually, buy a new account and buy all the characters that you got when they come out so that you can give us more money. But they not recently, it was like a few years ago, a year ago, that they announced cross progression. And it was very, very limited. Like you couldn't buy currency at all. You only could buy currency on the platform that you... No, I think it still is like that. You can only buy currency on the platform that you start your account on. In the game where you kind of have to buy currency.
Yeah, Fortnite had this cross progression stuff 2 whole years before Genshin came out.
Yeah, Fortnite was in Apex.
Fortnite was in
And they had like a
Apex.
Samsung shit? Like
But-
a Samsung thing?
But Genshin came out and everybody was like, man, it's kind of nice, bro. We gonna highlight this feature. This new game just dropped. And it's got cross progression. They said, man, this shit kind of gas. Or at least that's my take on it. Because I've definitely started noticing it more after, after Genshin came out. I guess there was already a push for it, but I'm just saying they moved the needle a little bit further.
That's just you. Also, like, it was a big thing that Sony, like, folded for Fortnite, because that was... I would argue if the push for Fortnite didn't happen, it probably wouldn't have happened for Genshin either. Because it came out on PlayStation. But, I mean, they could have very easily blocked that aspect of the game, but since they'd already went through that with Fortnite, they probably just decided not to bother. So, I mean...
That is true.
Hey man, I'm never saying that Fortnite didn't push the needle, because it absolutely did with the cross-play side of things.
I mean, it had both, though. It implemented both of those things.
True. Alright, I get it.
Fortnite's weird though. So I say Genshin.
What? I could say the exact same.
Uh-oh.
Play Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What did that go?
Final Fantasy 14 really did it.
I'll let you
Final
have
Fantasy
that one.
14 really
I'll
did
let
it.
you have that one, J-Rod, because he just made me mad.
If we talking about OGs, Final Fantasy 14 had it first.
God damn it.
Big shout outs to FF14, man. Y'all know what it is over here.
You know what's crazy? That's the only game of the 3 that it's not free. And before you say anything about the free trial, I used my free trial. I wanted to play DLC, and guess what?
Speaking of DLC, for anybody interested, right now on Steam, you can get the.
How much are they paying you,
bro? Make a Final Fantasy 14 podcast by yourself.
God,
wait.
Can I get some of the cut? Come on now, I'm trying to get on the money.
Where is it? Here it is. You can get Stormblood right now for free.
God,
if you have the free trial for Final Fantasy 14, man, go ahead and pick that up. Do yourself a favor, save you some money, bro. Save you some money. Then all you gotta do is get Endwalker and I forgot the other one, Fake Fan. But yeah, man, go ahead.
I really think he's getting paid right now.
Thinking we got a sponsorship.
Hey man, back to the main question at hand. Is Demon Slayer ruining the community?
Oh my god.
I will say about Demon Slayer is that Demon Slayer is one of my favorites. Not because it's spectacular, and plus I read the manga. I finished the manga. I finished the manga before season 2 came out.
Oh, the manga's done?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Been done.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, for all the manga readers out there, some of us are in here. When a big ass part happens, I don't know, something would have to do with the Fire Hashira, and you catch that shit before everyone else does, and then you just have to hold it. Oh my god, I hate that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the feeling that I know this is gonna be one of the most impactful things in this anime. And I've known it for years. I just have to hold it.
You know what? I'm surprised.
He ain't wrong.
Nobody care about the Demon Slayer manga. There's nobody on my timeline.
Because the animation is so fucking good.
Upgrade. It's a complete upgrade. It's not even you can debate it with a lot of other series. Yeah, generally the manga has something to offer that the anime doesn't, even if the animation's really good. Demon Slayer, no such issue exists at all. The animation kind of carries, not gonna lie.
It's like carries. Watching a however 12 episode whatever movie, bro. It's just a long movie. They put their whole foot in that shit, bro.
And I really like Demon Slayer because one thing I like about the story is that when all the characters have an impact and everyone matters, even the side characters, the characters that don't have names, they put their input in it and they matter.
This just
love that
reminded
shit.
me, bro. I can't wait for more anime games to come out, boy. Kakarot, been moving the needle, my boy. Been moving
now
the
you
needle.
know if it ain't made, but who made this game? Freaking yeah, I'm about to say now you know if it ain't CyberConnect. It probably ain't finna look like this.
Anime fighting games, bro. Anime games, bro. Hey man.
If I had,
but they got the blueprint. So people don't want to go to them. Well, go ahead. My bad.
I would have CyberConnect. I would have them make every damn anime, whatever, bro. They do it so good.
The thing about this though is that this is not new. CyberConnect has been doing this with Storm for years. So I mean, yeah, people have had the blueprint already. They just don't know how to do it.
Oh. Speaking about that, have you seen the new Naruto Ninja Storm connections? The new characters they put in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naruto and Sasuke.
Naruto and yeah.
And I don't know. But as a fighting game expert, I wouldn't say expert. I don't go to tournaments. But as someone who played a lot of fighting games, that shows some more stuff. Mechanic wise, that's actually gonna be a different game. It's not just gonna be Stormfort. They're gonna be new tech. A big thing was that one thing I fucking hated about Stormfort was that when you knock them down, can't do shit. There is nothing you can do. Absolutely. He's about to do it right now. He knocked him down. and then you picked him back up. Never happened in Storm 4. He basically did a combo into a combo.
OTG.
You usually don't get that shit at all. Like usually, I think some of like the high level play I've seen in Storm 4 would be like, okay, you get a combo, you knock them down if they didn't have substitutes. You knock them down, and then you start setting up for their wake up because they're gonna do some shit, and they're fully invincible, so you can't do shit. But the fact that now we have OTGs of some sort, and like this air combo, when he knocks him down, he kind of bounces up. That didn't happen before. So this might be actually a different game, but probably won't run at 6 frames.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not trying to play a fighting game at 30 FPS, bro.
Cause it's still on PS4.
Ooh.
you gotta love that.
So it probably will
Don't
have.
everybody got a PS5, bro.
No,
They're more readily available now.
Yeah, according to Key, they got his at the store. I ain't gonna say exactly what store.
yeah, good job.
Everybody got. I ain't gonna expose him. I almost did his ass dirty, but yeah, whatever store he worked at, he said they got him on the shelf. So
PS5 and Series X versions also.
Yeah.
So it probably will run in 60 unless they don't improve it. But that would be pointless. You might as well not even develop a PS5 or Series version.
yeah, I think I heard that somewhere. It was like, yeah, the games don't look as good because they gotta downgrade it for, like, you know, the older gen. I feel like, yeah, I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard it from, but I definitely heard it from somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta limit the hardware. Not the hardware, but you gotta limit what you can do. Because it has to be able to run on the
I was
old
more so not talking about the visuals. The visuals will be what they be, but I was more so in regards to the performance, because it seemed like there were concerns that it like wouldn't be able to hit 60 because of the PS4. But if they have a separate PS5 version, then it should be fine, performance-wise at least. I don't see why. I don't see why the PS5 version would run at a lower frame rate because the PS4 version exists. I don't think that happens for any game that has a separate PS5 version. From
the good guy, shout out to Globku, love that guy. He does a lot of anime gaming content. With Demon Slayer, he plays a lot of Demon Slayer. With the Demon Slayer Honkai Chronicles, it has a 60 frames mode and a 30 frames mode, and usually when you play online, it's 30 frames because not everyone is on a place can play at 60 frames online, so it automatically knocks you down to 30. You can play at 60, but online it's locked to 30. So like, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna do the same thing for the Naruto game. It probably will have a 60 frame mode. You can probably play locally, but online they probably will be locked at 30 because the older gens. So yeah, gotta love that, especially in a fighting game where every frame matters.
Yeah. Damn, he blew Seth ass away, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, this was peak Gohan.
Man,
well, my Majin Buu saga.
he fell off.
I don't know. He foamed the right now.
What about the whole movie?
Yeah, I would say this was.
Spotlight.
Yeah, this was peak Gohan. Then fucking Beast happened, and it was like, okay, what the fuck is happening here? And then we're like, okay, all right. Don't ask me. But I haven't really been catching up on the Dragon Ball Super manga. I know they're kind of going into superhero now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make superhero canon in the manga, because like also, I got a hot take.
Uh-oh.
Dragon Ball Z, the whole entire series, is the most complicated shit to ever get into. Because not only do you have Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Super, now all the movies. Some of the movies aren't canon, but some of them are. But guess what? Broly, he's not canon, but then they made him canon. But they're still using the old Broly sometimes. So you got to remember, that Broly's not canon, but the other Broly's canon. but they both kind of look the same and kind of do similar things, but they're a little different. Like they both have green hair and all that, but like they're not the same. Like one's canon, the other one's not canon. Also, in the manga, Goku never went Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Never happened. But in the anime, yeah, he never went Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in the manga. Never.
I know that.
There was a mastered Super Saiyan Blue, which it just blue with no aura, but it's stronger. So like every single time Goku went Blue Kaioken, don't know if that canon or not, because it's happening in the anime and everybody kind of shoot the anime. It's in all the games, everything. But notice, never did it in the movie. Could have done it in the movie. Could have did it against Broly. Never did it. But also, the manga, some shit changed. Like a perfect example, Zamasu. Like, you know, in the anime when Zamasu get like the fucking globby purple nasty arm.
Yeah.
Never happened in the manga. He was just in his bag. He just took off his shirt and shit. He pecked up. He was nice. He had a nice body.
I wouldn't say that makes it hard to get into.
But like, if you want to get into it, you got to realize, okay, this is canon. This is not canon. It's kind of canon.
I mean, I've been in the Dragon Ball my entire life. This is all new information to me.
Yeah, just imagine someone getting into it right now.
The thing about it is, it's so popular. Like, you can always ask someone who is into it, and you could also always just stick with the anime. Like, if you literally just watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, you know, Super, you're not really missing out. And then you sort of delve into the other stuff, like, because it was confusing before, I would say, like when it was coming out. And like, especially since we were like young, when like Dragon Ball was sort of wrapped up, but there was still like stuff coming out for it. So it was like, I would agree that it, like, with no sort of like outside help, it would be confusing. But like, the information's out there now that the like sort of help. Like, basically everyone that I talked to. Well, I only talk to like my friends about it, so that's not really a good sample size. But like, you know, we all know that the movies aren't canon. So if we knew someone that wanted to get into it, we'd be like, yeah, the movies are optional. Like, you don't have to watch them because they don't tie into the plot. Like, I don't know. I would say it has gotten easier for sure, just because there's a surplus of information that, you know, there wasn't before.
I just feel that if I didn't grow up on Dragon Ball, like, we can all say this, we've been conditioned. We can probably like roughly,
we had to learn.
We can roughly say the whole entire Dragon Ball Z anime because we played the games. Well, some of us played the games. We watched it. Everyone fucking talks about it. They make so many goddamn references to it. I can, off the no research, no nothing, I can tell you the whole entire series of Dragon Ball Z, no problem. No questions asked. But when you got some of the weird shit, like if you didn't know that Krillin died the first time in Dragon Ball, you wouldn't understand why Goku was so mad when Frieza killed him, or something like that.
Yeah. And
something else I know about Dragon Ball fans is that they're very, very like, they dig deep with a lot of shit.
What you mean?
Like a lot of minute details about Dragon Ball Z. Is that they'll take that one thing and then run with it. Like what's the example? Oh, I need to think of an example. I had one on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot it. Oh, like the whole entire like argument of Vegito and Gogeta. By the way, also there's two fusions, same guy but different guys, but you know, two different things, two different techniques.
One has more control of the other one.
Yeah, and like that whole death battle with when they had it happen. and I think spoilers. I think Vegeta won. Vegeta won that, right?
I'm not sure.
But
Well, I do want to add though that part of the confusion from that has come from like sort of external sources, like things that aren't necessarily the series itself. Because like before, the movie and the show respectively never specifically say like, hey, Gogeta is this much stronger. Like you just sort of kind of assume it. But the way I always understood it before like the Broly movie came out and before the Goku Black arc, I always understood it as like Gogeta was a multiplier, so it was Goku times Vegeta, whereas like the Potara Vegeta would have been like, I don't know, Goku to the power of Vegeta or something, so it would be like a exponential increase. That's what I always thought. I think there was a reason for me to believe that, but either way, like the confusion there, it does come from just things being changed. Like it wasn't like a inherent like issue. At least I wouldn't think so. It was just kind of like, yeah, we just decided that Vegito has a time limit now, and we also decided that Gogeta is as strong as Vegito, because it'd be lame if he was weaker and he's the big guy for our new movie. So that's what I think about that. I think that particular case is like sort of meddling for like marketing and stuff. Also, Super just making strange changes, which I'll say this. I'll give you that. Like Super being just weird and like changing so many things already established, I'll give you that for like the series being like weird to get into, because people that grew up on that stuff still don't get it. So I would 1,000,000% give you that. So I guess I sort of contradicted my point, but hey, Dragon Ball Super sucks. What can I say?
there it is.
Just a
I
I love to contribute more, but I don't know shit about Dragon Ball. Y'all know me.
So do you understand anything we just said?
Oh hell no!
See, that's what I'm saying.
And that's because he never really got into it.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a base.
Yeah.
Like I watch it for I like watch the movies for the fights, because I, you know, like the Broly movie, I thought that was cool just to literally look at.
Yeah.
That is one thing I can say. Like Dragon Ball has, I would say an underrated story, because people kind of like slander it nowadays, because I don't know.
It's fun to slander Dragon Ball.
It's a super meathead series, right? Because it's all about people bonking each other on the head.
I like,
but like
men fight.
The story isn't that bad for like the majority of it. People kind of slander it, but either way, like it's a solid series with a decent story, pretty great characters. But you can just sit down and watch people beat each other over the heads and have a good time. Like you don't even have to understand all this stuff to enjoy it. Which is why I think it's easy to get into, honestly, because you just watch people do cool stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do with most anime, but like Dragon Ball pioneered that.
Like I watched the Broly movie and just be like, you know what? I just like for instance, the first My Hero movie. If I didn't watch My Hero, I couldn't just sit down and watch that. I'd be like, okay, well,
you could.
Like this is
yeah.
like specific, like the if you're not a My Hero, if you don't watch My Hero, you like, bro, watch this My Hero movie with him. Somebody would probably end up liking the second one. Like just sitting down watching it, not knowing what's happening. They probably like the second one more than any other one, because
the second one was with Bakugo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they went to one.
That was me.
Big class 1A versus the old dude.
Because I didn't really catch up on My Hero. I was still like fresh off of season 2. No.
Right.
Yeah, I was fresh off of season 2, so anything past that I didn't know. And then y'all would just like, hey, let's watch a movie. I said, okay. And then like, you know, it was like the colors. I would say, hey, I like this.
Colors fighting. It was, that movie was mostly just scrapping.
Yeah.
Like the whole, that was like, cause like the third movie is got a pretty heavy plot. Like there's not like fighting all the, like the second movie was just a fight. The first movie had some plot with it too. So like, second My Hero movie specifically, you can kind of just sit down and watch that without having seen the show, because they give you the whole plot. It ain't that hard, and then the rest of it is all right. Let's just beat each other up until somebody give up.
Big colors.
Big colors. But hey, I'm a Dragon Ball fan here. I fuck with that Broly movie though. I got it on DVD.
Goddamn right. All right, y'all. It's been nice rocking with y'all, man. We're gonna go ahead and get into the closing statements. We've been running up on the hour mark here, and I got big boy things to do. So we're gonna start off with Court.
Just gonna leave us.
Go ahead and say some closing statements to the people.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast. You know, I really enjoy doing this. Give me something to. I like talking. At least I like talking about stuff I didn't know. Notice I ain't say nothing for like the past 15 minutes because they talking about earrings and motherfuckers times in the power by another human being. I don't know, bro. But yeah, bro. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll catch you later. I love y'all. Like I said, root for the Kings. If you don't root for the Kings, you a peasant.
No, got him. All right, Jraidens7, go ahead and say some kind closing statements to the people.
Well, if you like us talking and us dogging Dragon Ball, please like and subscribe. Also, if you download ahead on Spotify, Apple Music, it helps us out a lot. So that'll be great. And if you reach this point, you like us. Come on, admit it. You like us. You like us. You like us. Come on. You can come back. You can come back to the next episode. Come on.
Episode 6, you still here.
You here.
Nah, being here for episode 6
now.
and not fucking with us is kind of crazy.
Come on. But yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching and listening and listening to us just nerd out. Yeah, it was nice. It's fun.
Tywilly99, man, go ahead and say your closing statements to the people.
I'll say this. Thank you, my dear co-host, for having me on this episode.
I know it.
And thank you, dear viewer, for tuning in. It means a lot, you know. Just sitting here, listening to us talk about completely different things every week, you know. It means you're here for us and not really what we're talking about. But what we're talking about, you know, I got something to offer. Can't say the same about these guys.
That's
also, if you
insane.
disagree with any of my takes, you're inherently wrong and you might just be evil.
But just trying to start something, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for
we have been
stopping
Cursed
in.
Speech, man. We appreciate y'all for
can't
coming
believe
through. I'm cutting up
Mic like
Tywilly99. But we gonna catch y'all next time.
this.